Hi, everyone, and welcome to our very first Technical Tuesday. I'm Laurie Johnson, and this is Mark Firehammer from Pilates Business Pros, and we're expecting to be here every Tuesday teaching you all things technical to run your Pilates studio.
What's going on?
Not much.
Nice to see you.
I'm excited. This is my very first Facebook Live.
Is it really?
Absolutely. Yep.
I could have sworn we had done something before.
I don't
Never?
know. Nope, not that I recall.
That is so cool. And I did this series for a little while called Friends Having Coffee. I never did that with you.
No, but you talked about it.
I should have had you on.
I think we need to have coffee at some point.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Mark Firehammer here. So cool that we're launching this. Pilates Business Pros has been a vision of ours since what? When did we start talking about it?
Oh, I would say 2 years ago.
2 years
maybe.
ago.
I mean, the ideas started sprouting.
Right. We bought the domain mid-January. I was in the middle of a 16-week business training that Laurie was on. And now here we are. Our mission is pretty simple. Laurie, you and Katrina have owned the studio for how long?
Katrina and I bought our Pilates studio in 2011, so 9 years.
9 years of expertise running a studio.
But we had been working here for probably like 10 years before that.
Right, managed the same studio.
Yeah, exactly. And we did do a lot of, managing and whatnot, kind of got our feel for it. But then in 2011, when we took over, it was like boom, and we haven't stopped since.
I often laugh when I think about the old days when you guys talk about the studio. You had a kind of a funny derogatory term for it. You want to share it? I think a lot of people could relate.
What was it?
Studio.
Yeah, well, we inherited in the studio, and as we started learning more and more about business and more how you should run things, we feel like it was no, I'm not sharing that.
Well, I think the takeaway is, and you guys can probably relate, those studio owners watching this either live or on demand later on. And please like the page, by the way, because we're going to be having a topic every week on tech, and you don't want to miss it.
No.
But anyway, what was I saying? You inherited a studio, and of course, whatever was in place when you took it over, was kind of the way things were done. And you try to change things, and you get pushback from your teachers and
staff, and well, and also it happened at a time when when we inherited the studio, we had been working on tracking people's attendance, tracking people's payments, all with pen and paper.
Right.
Can you believe it? We had these, I should bring them in sometime to show people, like these index cards where we would draw circles when people paid for things, and we'd write in dates when people came to things. And I think that was kind of the norm then. Mind Body was just beginning. So we had no other, like Pilates studios and yoga studios had no other options.
Right. Now you're really embracing.
Yeah, totally. So not only was it when we took over the studio and kind of, started doing things more efficiently, but it was also the time that things were changing and new tools were coming on. And yeah.
We haven't said much about Katrina. She's our third partner in crime, and really kind of the heart and soul of not only Pilates Business Pros, but the Pilates studio here in Hadley. Katrina, if you don't know who she is, just Google her. She's a national trainer for Polestar. She teaches the teachers. She's certified in OOV. She's certified in Runity. If you don't know OOV, it's a proprioceptive device, kind of a foam roller on steroids.
Exactly. Oh, we should have a chair for an OOV.
We should have an OOV with the googly eyes in the middle. So Katrina is out in the studio now, teaching. The world headquarters of Pilates Business Pros is in the back office of the studio. So we're hiding out in the back while she is out there earning some money. You want to talk a little bit about the topics that we're going to cover over the next?
Yeah, definitely.
Over the next few.
I mean, there's so many, and it's so hard to decide which one to do when, because I'm so excited to talk about all of them coming up.
I gotta see if I can find it.
Mark's being producer today too. Producer and
co-host,
anchorman.
So next week we're actually not going to do that.
We changed our plan.
We changed our order. Week. Well, some of the things we're going to cover are really kind of close to the surface for Laurie and Katrina, and we're not going to do it next week. But lead automation.
Yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. How many leads did we discover fell through the cracks over years? It was over years, but still the number.
Yes, it was over years. And a lot of them didn't fall through cracks, but a lot did. We switched over to wellness living in November of 2017. So the records are dating from there. But when we ran the report a couple of days ago, there were like 468 people still tagged as prospects.
That had never bought anything, never had a follow-up touch. So
Exactly. And they might have actually had follow-up touches, but I was doing that all manually.
Right.
Like tracking people, becoming prospects, emailing them, like it was all manual. And as I got busier and busier, like that's one of the first things that, got shuffled off my to-do list because there's so much else going on. So anyway, lead automation.
That's why it's so important.
So
you have to. It doesn't matter how diligent you are about manual management. They're going to fall through the cracks, a certain percent of them.
Exactly.
In fact, 80% of worldwide, if you look at business reporting, 80% of leads inbound fall through the cracks. So we're going to talk about automation and how you can make sure that doesn't happen to you. Great way to build a business is make sure nobody falls through the cracks. What else are we going to do? MailChimp?
MailChimp, yeah. I just recently made the switch to MailChimp. I've been a faithful constant contact user for so many years.
But more importantly, MailChimp and what?
MailChimp and syncing it with Wellness Living.
Right.
That's super exciting for me because it's just making the whole lead nurture system like seamless. Like I don't even have to do anything. I wrote some really friendly personal emails and got them set up in MailChimp, click the button and we're on. So anytime we get a new prospect in our Wellness Living system, they get entered right into that MailChimp nurture series.
Cool. We'll do those back to back. So we'll talk about the lead automation and then we'll, next week we'll do how MailChimp and Wellness Living work together really well to do that. Near and dear to my heart is all things Google. We're going to use, we're going to do a week on how to use the calendar and tasks to do unbelievable automation that covers maintenance and marketing and sales so that you never really have to remember to do things. I'm really excited about that issue.
That's like a really a passion of yours right now. Yeah. Mark just recently stepped into the studio with us and he took an entire, I would even say more than part-time job. Like
it was a 20-hour week job.
A 20-hour week job. And by using Google Tasks, he condensed it down into how many hours a week?
90 minutes a day.
Wow.
So it's 60% reduction.
Yeah. Super cool.
Right. The reason why I'm so excited about that is that when I think of technology, I know Laurie and I have differing loves of technology. And I love technology because my come from is how can I buy back some time? How can I take that time? So we turned a 20-hour a week job into 90 minutes a day. What is that?
I don't know.
5 hours. That's 8 hours.
Tech Tuesday, I need a calculator.
Right. But what's cool about that is that means there's 12 extra hours in the budget in payroll that instead of maintenance and administration, that person can be empowered to do things that will help us build the business. And that's what we're going to talk about on the Google Week. What else?
Let's see. I'm really excited to talk about making it's like social media calendars using Hootsuite. I just started using Hootsuite. I'm really late to the party, I think. Again, I know the benefit and the importance of developing a social media content calendar so you can kind of do it all at once rather than every day trying to come up with something to say.
Yeah.
But again, I was doing it all by hand.
Sure.
Like all by hand. And every month it was like recreating the wheel.
Yeah.
And, I've just recently learned a way to like just streamline that process so much.
It's so cool to watch you do that too.
Yeah.
The big thing about this, when we get to that subject, is not only are you streamlining your process, but once you do that for a whole year, you now can repeat that same set of content on autopilot the next year. So, a year's worth of work is done already. So we're going to show you how to do that.
Yeah.
I know landing pages are really exciting for you. She's mastered a tool set called Thrive.
Thrive is my favorite, one of my favorites.
Yeah, we're going to peek under the hood. We're going to show you how to do that.
Yeah, I can lose hours in Thrive for fun. So I had to check myself and give myself a time limit.
We'll let you peek under the hood of that, but let me just plant the seed. If you're currently not doing landing pages for offers and specials for your studio, it's probably because it takes too long to do it, or you have a web developer that you ask them for it and weeks go by and you don't get it. We're going to show you how to do it so fast that you're going to cut down weeks down to hours, down to literally minutes. Because once you have a template, you simply replace the content for the promotion and reuse it over and over again.
Right. And like when an idea I just had was telling people how to set up a branding kit. Like before, when I used to make graphics and stuff, I would always have to go look for
what's my color code?
What's my color code again?
The hex code?
Where is it? Yeah. And then when I finally just sat down one day and literally spent like half an hour and I just made a Google Doc of my color codes and my fonts. So when you have your branding kit, when you do a landing page like that, it's just like boom, boom, boom.
Right. All the tools that you're using as well, many of them have a design element to it. They allow you to store your branding, kit in there too. Yeah,
exactly.
Big, huge time saver. I love things. We're going to talk about LastPass. It's a password involved. It's changed her life.
Do you remember how resistant I was?
She was so resistant. Total pushback. It's like,
finally, 6 months. I was like, I don't want that. It's going to be confusing.
It's another thing to log into.
Another thing to log into. When I switch computers, it's going to remember. It's the best thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Being able to share a password, for example, with a temporary employee without revealing the password, right? If you reveal the password to someone who's only going to be with you for a while, you then have to change the password when they're gone. With LastPass, we're going to show you how you never have to change a password again because you can share without revealing. It's super cool. You're not going to want to miss that.
Besides that, like anytime I have to clear my cache or whatever on my computer to make it run faster, I don't understand that. Maybe you can explain that to me sometime. But anytime I clear my cache, then
let me add that to the list.
All right. Then, every time I go to any account, Canva, Constant Contact, MailChimp, Wellness Living, like my name and password aren't there anymore.
Right,
until I started using LastPass. And now I just sign into LastPass and boom, they're all... Yeah.
So much smarter. You don't want to save your passwords in the browser, even though they're getting better at it. They don't go with you as much as LastPass does. So we're going to dive deep into that.
Yep. And I need a lot of those tools because I am constantly jumping between the studio and my home and studio and some Tech Tuesdays I'll be from home because the kids don't have school.
So we'll just pull her in. She'll be a talking head and I'll be here in front of our cool snazzy logo.
I'll be in my pajamas.
So chock full of value coming up in the weeks ahead. Please like the page. We're just getting started here, but we've got big plans and leading with value is our come from. What else did we want to? Oh, there's a Google Calendar link.
Yes, we made a Google Calendar.
Yeah, if you want to put Tech Tuesday and ultimately any other things that Pilates Business Pros is going to do on a weekly basis, there's a link in the comments to the live broadcast here today. That is a bit.ly link to the calendar. Just add it to your own Google Calendar. And that way, whenever we've got something coming up, you'll see it. In addition, what are we going to do with a sticky post?
Yeah, and then we'll put a sticky post, which is, you just taught me, is a post that we can really stick to the top of our Facebook feed. That will show everybody what the upcoming,
what we're going to talk about,
the upcoming Tech Tuesday is. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I am thrilled to be talking about technology and all these tools that have definitely made my life 1,000 times easier.
It's so cool to watch people grow their business by really working smart instead of hard. And I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm an agency owner and now a partner at Pilates Business Pros. And I've never known anybody that took to it when she finally decided to do it.
It wasn't.
It's like a fish in water, Now, she's the tech girl. You've always been kind of an early adopter of gadgets, though.
Oh yeah, like I had the first iPhone,
the classic,
first digital camera. Yeah, totally.
And I hear that you and Katrina claim to have invented the something.
I don't know. I think Paris Hilton has also claimed that, so it's either her or me. But we should share. claim, my
the original selfie?
the original selfie picture. I'll have to dig that up out of an old hard drive.
Cool. Well, stay tuned for more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's anything else I want to say.
With me being an early adopter to technology and stuff, I love the way technology works, but I was really resistant in using it in the business because I was under the impression that all the, like, especially automation and everything would really take the personality out of it. And what I love most about our studio is how personable we are and how we get to know clients' grandkids' names and all that kind of stuff. So I was really scared that would happen, but I've found out that you don't have to compromise.
Right. In fact, you can actually go even further with that by making sure you're using your tech to record all those details.
Exactly.
Right. So, a new front desk person. In fact, I've struggled a little bit in the weeks that I've been kind of optimizing some process here at the studio, not knowing who anybody is. I don't have that familiarity. So we're beginning to use wellness living in a way that there's a photograph and there's the family members are linked. If you're a wellness living member, you're probably aware of that feature.
I thought the photos were just for fun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fun. And then when you said that, it'd be so,
I wish I knew who everybody was.
And I was like, oh, that's why they probably have photos in wellness living.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing better than going into a place of business. What is Cheers? Where everybody knows your name. Down, down, down. Because when you walk into the bar, they say hi to you. So, having a photograph of every client makes it easy for the new guy or the new girl to welcome them. So Tech Tuesday, every Tuesday, we're going to go 15 minutes to a half an hour on average. It depends on the subject matter.
Yeah, I mean, some subjects are going to be a little bit more in depth than others, but we're going to keep it light and fun. I mean,
we'll also we're using Zoom webinars connected to Facebook. And if you're watching this and you see a topic coming up that you want to come on live and talk about your successes or your challenges in alignment with that particular topic, we would love to do that. So look for a link in the weekly announcement that will allow you to actually participate beyond just putting something in the Facebook chat, which you can do as well. Yeah. All right. What else? Let's check out our outline here. I think that's it. Like the page, subscribe to the Google Calendar. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here, Laurie.
It was fun. It was my first Facebook Live.
Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Take care.